Hello friends, and welcome back to Picture Astrology in this series of planets through various houses. Today we will talk about Jupiter in the 7th house of the sign Sagittarius for a Gemini Ascendant horoscope. So we will have a specific condition that Jupiter is placed in the 7th house and also in the sign of Sagittarius, and that happens when Gemini is the rising sign. Now we know that one placement of any planet can affect hundreds, literally hundreds of things in your chart, especially this one because Jupiter is lord of two of the most important houses. 7th house, which controls your married life or any kind of partnership, and also the 12th house, which shows your work life or your external image. Now from here, Jupiter has an aspect on the first, very important first house. Therefore, this Jupiter will shape your physical personality, also most of your life as well. So in next few minutes, we will try to unravel what this Jupiter can have in store for you. So before we begin our analysis of this placement of Jupiter here in the 7th house, here is a quick list of all the areas of life and houses affected by this placement. This is a high level list and we will try to talk about each of these in next few minutes. So let's begin with the first house analysis. In the all important point of first house is it denotes your personality, your physical as well as mental nature. Now if you have seen my video about finding who the real person is from the horoscope, you know that ascendant is the most important point in determining your physical and mental personality. Now in this case, the ascendant is the sign of Gemini, and Gemini is a sign ruled by Mercury. Now both the sign Gemini and Mercury planet denotes a young looking personality. Mercury is the prince of the zodiac and by far the youngest planet considered in the Vedic astrology. So whenever you have a Gemini rising or Mercury strong in the chart, a person generally looks very chirpy, very young, more like a childlike personality. Whereas Jupiter and also the sign of Sagittarius are very mature side of the zodiac. Jupiter is the guru, it is the teacher, and Sagittarius in general terms represents most authentic and old-fashioned wisdom. So you see on your horoscope, in this chart, in the ascendant, we have influence of Gemini and Mercury, which gives young personality, and we also have a strong Jupiter aspecting the first house. Jupiter is strong because it is in the 7th house, which is a cardinal house, and it is also placed in its own sign of Sagittarius. So Jupiter is very strong. So on a young looking ascendant, we have a mature and strong and happy planet Jupiter aspecting. That means there is a great blending of the childish, young looking as well as mature and wisdom like personality. So this combination is, as you might have guessed, known to give a very balanced personality to an individual. Now Jupiter also has a great magnetic force. Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system after Sun, and it has a great magnetic pull. So people with this combination generally also have a strong charm, inexplicable charm to which people gets attracted. So as far as the physical personality as well as the thought process, the mental personality goes, this is a very, very good placement. And this nice blend of Jupiter and Mercury is also very good for knowledge perspective. People with this combination generally have a great regard towards education, and if Mercury is well placed, they generally get higher degree, like they definitely graduate from college and even pursue higher degrees of post-graduation or PhD. This is because Mercury is also lord of the 4th house, which denotes your education. Now let's talk about the all-important 7th house. First, talk about the business relationship and partnership. So for professional relations, this Jupiter here in the 7th house is a great placement, because Jupiter is the lord of 10th house, which is the sign of Pisces also, and 10th house denotes your professional life. So when the lord of the 10th house is very strongly placed in the 7th and aspecting the 1st, it gives you great professional success. The person is well known in the area of work because of his ethics. Whatever business you do, you will be following the ethical code of conduct to the T. People with this placement are likely to become good lawyers, good doctors, anything which requires a lot of knowledge, because Jupiter is the planet of knowledge. It is related to 10th house and has a direct aspect on the 1st. So when you have any planet aspecting 1st house, it leaves an imprint on your character. So you are generally inclined towards education and learning. And Jupiter is also denotes something like law, higher authorities, etc. So they can be great lawyers and they will fight for justice. They will not be crooked lawyers. And when it comes to partnership, they success very well. Many lawyers who have partnership firms, they have such kind of Jupiter placement, along with a strong 6th house, because for winning litigations or court cases, you need a good 6th house. But whatever may be the field of work the person does, as far as business relationship and partnership is concerned, it is a wonderful placement. The only thing is they take their time before they finally get into any kind of formal agreement or formal relationship. It includes business partnership as well as personal partnership, because Jupiter is a planet which likes to do things after all due consideration. They think first and then only would commit to anything. So what would that mean for the marriage? It would mean that this placement signifies delay in formal marriage. Now marriage timing of marriage and whether it will be fast or early or delayed, other factors like moon and Venus and others have to be looked at. But just talking about this placement of Jupiter, this shows delay in marriage, but this also shows that the married partner or the spouse will be a person with high morals, a person who is similar to the native with great inclination towards education, towards knowledge, and generally this placement shows a spouse who is well accomplished. She may also be working and would like to continue to work, and in fact after marriage your professional life and your partnerships also grow well, because Jupiter is the lord of 10th in the 7th house. As soon as your marriage happens, your 7th house becomes activated, and this Jupiter will start giving you professional success as well. Now one thing to note is Jupiter is not a planet of passion. Jupiter is more a planet of wisdom and knowledge and knowing what is the right thing to do. So Jupiter's placement here can tend to give person more like a platonic love, a love which is more in the purer form, and in the physical content in it could be less. But that doesn't affect their happiness in the married life, because husband and wife both have the same kind of mentality. Now Jupiter in the 7th also shows that the spouse and yourself will include in a lot of social activity together. Many people where husband and wife, they both are part of some kind of a social club or a welfare group, or just in general they together join a lot of social gatherings a lot. It shows that the relationship is a very socially visible relationship. However, as I said, for complete analysis of the marriage, planets like Venus, etc. have to be analyzed very well too. So my friends, this was my quick analysis of the placement of Jupiter in Sagittarius sign for a Gemini Ascendant horoscope. I hope you liked the explanation. Please do like and subscribe to my channel for more such videos. Until we see you again, happy learning.